Am I here? Is that?
Yes.
Now, you tell me whether these are going to bother you or not, or maybe you can even place them where you want them.
Okay.
And this won't even take all that long, everybody, because, yeah. I feel like I'm back to square one. As a kid, I was petrified of singing in front of people. And I feel like I'm, like, just right back there again. I got to start over.
Our cameras right now,
You know what? Anybody in the room with me when I'm singing right now is pressure. Just because, for some reason, I'm not comfortable singing in front of people anymore.
When did you get divorced?
Let's go, guys.
What year did you get divorced?
2008.
I look back at all the things that I achieved. The records that were broken. All the things that were accomplished. The amazing level of success. I was doing fantastic. And it fell by the wayside. I was feeling more pressure from my career the bigger it got. I felt the pressure to be better and better all the time. It's just about being a perfectionist. I was slowly losing my voice and slowly losing my confidence. And nothing that I could achieve in my career made me feel good enough. So I stopped singing altogether for a while. Now, of course, my marriage was slowly breaking down, too. I was definitely shocked. My partner in every sense. It really hurt. First, I found out that my marriage was over. And then the next day, I found out about the affair. My own friend, who I had confided in, had an affair with my husband. You know, I still can't get my head around that. I really lost my sense of trust, compassion, honesty. Forget that. That's all gone. That's dead. I crashed down and became what I consider an emotional mess. I was feeling very anxious and very scared that tomorrow may never come. Do I even want tomorrow to come? There were days when I really just was like, you know, I just don't even really care if tomorrow comes. I was just so miserable. So miserable. Never been so miserable in my whole life. I came to the realization that I have lost my ability to express myself and my ability to sing. I've lost it. I just can't express myself. It physically will not come out of my voice, my throat. I couldn't even sing to myself. I couldn't sing in the shower. Stay, stay, stay. It wasn't any one crisis that did it. It's just been a very progressive thing. What if I can never sing again? I will have lost my best friend. I reached a point where I had to do something. The journey that I'm on right at this moment took 2 years before I was ready to set out on it. It took me that long to figure out that actually it's me. I'm responsible for the solution. So anyway, what I'm doing for myself as my own therapist is getting myself out on the road with people that I'm comfortable with. And if I like how it goes and I can build some confidence from it, then I just take the next step after that. There's 2 reunions happening here right now. Me, Kenny, and Carrie, because, you know, we played together as kids. Kenny is a cousin and was around from, you know, through my childhood. Taught me how to play guitar.
Started her off, showed her a few chords. She got it right away.
Yeah. The other reunion is Kenny, myself, and Corey for this room because all three of us have played here as kids. Corey's like family. He is one of the musicians in my band and has been with me now for 12 years. This is Corey Turco.
This is where I got all my education. Everything that I am today as a musician comes from playing places like this, and I used to come here and play for 2 weeks at a time, you know, many times over.
And Carrie Ann, same thing, you know, I mean, obviously Carrie Ann is my sister, so I can do anything in front of Carrie Ann and feel comfortable. And very key to have people that I just really feel confident around, no matter how bad I am. I think I can just break the ice for myself, basically, and then hopefully at some point be able to get back out on the big stage again. I'm getting out on this journey, or tour as I call it, which is really all about learning and recovering, coming to terms with a lot of things, just to move forward, really, and to not get stuck. I want to just share my own experience, going back through my whole life from the beginning. Maybe that will inspire other people.
Oh, Jesus.
I was here in grade 1, 6 years old. Let's do this. Wow. You guys got to come in here, okay? Now, this was the living room. Up to this point, that was the whole living room. Now, there's 6 of us living in here. It's not that bad, really. Now, this was the bedroom for the 4 of us. This just from me onto the stairs. Being a poor kid, I knew how to pretend I wasn't hungry when I was famished, to act like I wasn't cold when I was freezing. These walls, they might be better insulated now, but I can tell you, 23 years ago, it wasn't. And when you don't have heat, the heat goes off, and you get really cold.
It was just the norm. Just like it was the norm for me to not have a lunch. That was our life.
I don't think there was one home we ever lived in that didn't have empty cupboards except for Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah.
What's the dominant feeling at this house?
The dominant feeling?
Yeah.
You know, there was some violence here. And I can't imagine how anybody even has room to be violent in here. I mean, and it's just loud, like, you know, like just, you know, it's everything, you just hear all that, and your bedroom's right there, the kids are right there, and if there's violence going on anywhere, you're right in it.
Being in the Bannerman house, I felt uncomfortable. Terrible, awful things happen there. And when something is uncomfortable, I tend to kind of go into a little shell almost.
You hide away. You're scared. And the house is shaking and is pounding and yelling and screaming and crying, and you don't even know what's happening. And it's almost scarier to not be able to see what's happening, to connect the dots. But you're too afraid to look. And so you just don't look. And then you just wait for it to be over like a bad thunderstorm.
We just hovered together as kids. And when we were young, we just stayed out of the way.
The violence in our home, it scared me. It upset me. You know, it was traumatic. You know, when you're little, you don't even really know what's going to happen. You just know it's really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I started to realize that he could kill her.
Yeah. I remember feeling so helpless and desperate, more for my mom, you know, than anything, because she was the one that was really being tortured and beaten.
I think in my mother's situation, she was just stuck. You know, kids and different fathers and a man that was a really beautiful person and did such a great job in so many ways. Certainly, I would say he did his best job to raise us like his own, absolutely. And so as complicated as he got, I still loved my dad, and I still feel he did his best. And am I the only one that thinks that?
No, but it is a strange thing. You don't judge, and as I say, I don't understand how we do that, or that happens, and we experience it, and then we skip down the driveway and go to school. I don't know.
Behind closed doors.
There were many times during my childhood that I had adult conversations with my mother about leaving my dad. She put me in that position as the friend. You know, we did leave often, but she always went back. He was my best friend's husband. That's twisted. That reality thing is too sensationalized and it bothers me. I don't want to be sensational.
Every Sunday,